Heya folks! I know, long delay since the last video, we'll talk about it at the end. For now, there's more to look at in DMT. Even though the tutorial is done, there are some things that just can't be explained in a tutorial. There are some things that require more demonstration and straight up experience. So this episode will be about refining the route with improved feign death, and 55 will be on experimentation with speedrun tactics and the safe route. That should complete the DMT experience. I know there's a lot more to get to, like Blackwing Lair and Arathi Basin, but hey, gold farming improves everything else in the game, so this is important. I'm still getting questions about DMT, lots of questions, so hopefully these episodes clear up any more I might get. That said, let's get right to it. Enjoy. Alright, so this is still early on in my DMT learning, farming experience, but even still, a whole bunch of guildies have reached out to me like, hey, could I come along with you to grab something off the chest or off the king? I have stealth, so I can follow you up, so that right there, Zai, is my priest guildie's druid alt, and she's gonna... Oh, look at that frostbolt right through the pillar. He's gonna follow us up to the king in stealth. He's gonna tail us up and hopefully get something good, something that he wants. But of course, this is easier said than done, because I am still new to this. I am still doing the stupids where I scatter way too late for absolutely no reason whatsoever.
Bruh.
And get myself killed. For no reason. Just yeeting my durability away. Why? Because I am a 2 IQ hunter, but not to fear, not to fret. I will soon become a 3 IQ hunter, and that will enable me to go and kill myself on the king rather than on random trash mobs up to the king. But that'll take about 50,000 more deaths, so we'll see what we can do about that. I've made my way back here, and we're going to not yeet ourselves to death this time. I've not toggled Cheetah off, and you could see right there that Surefooted did actually resist the slow component of that frostbolt. So if I toggled Cheetah off, I would not have been slowed at all. Surefooted is pretty convenient for that purpose, but now that I've got a frost reflector and now that I do a pet pull strategy around this area, it's very much not needed. And it's a lot safer too. The key has already been taken and the door is already opened. But we cannot approach that door just yet. The mob back there will stay frozen for a while. We're good to go. Rather, we're good to wait here. And then good to go once that patrol moves to the side. There should be another pack on the right there, and we've made it up to the evade spot. We can feign death right here and drop everything off. I do kind of miss the IFD route. It was fun face tanking certain things at certain points throughout the route. But I'm glad that we now have the safe route fully researched. It is, well, it's quite safer. But IFD is pretty convenient while you're just learning this farm. It forgives you a lot more often if you make mistakes while learning, which you will make quite a lot. Like here we go, we're moving past this pack, use the PvP trinket to dispel the cripple, and feign death right here. That's a fun little pull in this route. If they ever were to fix feign death, assuming its current behavior is unintentional, that is, then perhaps a route similar to this might be something that we'd switch back to, using improved feign death, or perhaps some spell hit gear. Personally, I think I would try to experiment with evade spots at that point, because they can't really stop it entirely, can they? I suppose in a purely evade spots route, we could probably run up the evade spot that we always use at the start. That's the first obvious one. Then we could grab the key at the courtyard and stand on the side of the ramp. And then we could jump up on the skeleton below the platform that we're currently running up right now and use the ledge just above that. The invisibility potion gets us past all those mobs, and then we could do the speedrun pull all the way to the king and use either the debris down low, or we could then run up the Ancestor's Ledge and use the evade spot up there. I covered all the evade spots in my tutorial. Hypothetically, we could actually get someone, like a non-stealthy, to the king that way, but it would need to be quite precise. I'm saying no here because I know that these guys will aggro onto Zai if they see her. But they do not. And we are totally safe. Clean for a no-pet blast door pull. What a meme. I've got to get better at that. I've got to understand what exactly I need to do there better. Here we're just gonna face tank Chrome Crush get around the corner, and feign death. Easy peasy. And you see, that right there is the fun of the IFD route. But of course, I could probably use less body pulling in my route, because this right here is another pull where I go ahead and run headfirst into the teleporting dog pack, which for some reason sprints to this particular waypoint, but nowhere else. But never fear, we have a druid friend who can resurrect us, and now we'll do this the proper way. Or as proper as you can be with a cat instead of a wolf. The dog's patrol is patrolling away, and we can slip by unharmed right here. You know, unharmed except for that death, which was pretty hecked. But anyway, we've made it up to the king, and I completely forgot to feign death. So Raptor needs to die again, because I have done another stupid. I did not want to risk them getting anywhere near me, because again, those captains can fear. So I might have been instantly dead if they got close to me. So I did not want to risk dismissing. We've survived to fight another day, so we've resurrected Rapture, and now we can get on with the kill. Hopefully. Ideally. Assuming we don't heck it up again. Rapture's gonna stay right here. I'm going to mend him a little bit before I jump down. Then I can make him stay up here, and the king is next to us, so we're gonna open on him really quick. Then hop down. And now we'll give chase. We will attempt to do some damage to him. Luckily we have Mage Cho, and so he's not gonna get any heals. And in the meantime, our friend can behold the spectacle. Now, not that there's very much to watch at the moment. It's basically a game of ping pong with the boss. So we're going to keep pinging and ponging him. And as long as our friend does nothing, why is the king on me? Why is the king on me? God, get away from me! That random aggro is not good. Not good at all. I'm not sure what happened there, but we've got to run now. We've got to keep ahead of him with Aspect of the Cheetah. We've stayed ahead, and we'll feign right here, and it works. It works, so now we can go ahead and attack Cho once again. They're not linked, so I don't know what happened there. Maybe it was a Serpent Sting tick, in which case, well, be careful about that. Well, the king's back up now, and oh, there goes Zai. That might be close enough for the dogs. I don't know, let's see. Yep. R.I.P. Zai. That's a pity. But hey, she does not need to be alive to loot stuff off the king. So as long as she just stays there and doesn't move, then she should be able to roll on whatever drops off the king. That's oh crap! There are dogs too. Where did you come from? I wasn't even watching I wasn't watching this tracker because I was distracted by the whole Zai thing. I'm okay, just a little bit on fire. Oh man, we gotta get up there and pull him off our pet ASAP. We could have hit the spirit right there with multi-shot in order to hit Cho from around the corner and pull him off our pet, but I did not conceive of that at this time. I was quite in a rush to get him off the pet. Whatever the case, the dogs are safely past us, and both bosses are now back on a proper cycle. As long as we keep this up, and do not get distracted by whatever it is that Dyer's screaming about in the chat, then we'll be okay. We will kill the king, and hopefully it drops something neat? Let's go see. For our effort, we have finally claimed the Barbarous Blade, something that I've been after for quite some time, and also the Paladin Gloves, which are nice for Holy Paladins, but good luck getting a Paladin up to the king. There are ways to cheese the king's loot, but I haven't exactly covered that. So we're just going to level our weapon skill on this here Spirit before heading over to the chest and opening up and seeing what we got. Seems we got something decent. We got the counterattack lodestone. Pretty cool. Anyway, now that this run is done, we can go out, reset, and start again on the next one. This time we'll trap this here brood and scatter the hyena. We're clever. We're gonna eat a couple of frost bolts and sneak past the rest, only taking a couple of melee hits. No shenanigans today. We are here in the hallway. We are professional body pullers. We tank everything for absolutely no reason, and we survive anyway because first rule of Hunter, no hacks. There's the eye, so we're going to snipe that with the auto multi. Now we're going to scatter that, and oh no, I forgot to equip my PvP trinket, so I'm going to put up deterrence, eat a lowly root, and feign death. Aww. Well, that's what I get for not equipping my proper gear. Now we need to make our way back there. This time there's only one brute, Easy scatter and feign right past them. No memes this time. I have remembered to put on my PvP trinket, so now this pull will go exactly according to plan. And if it doesn't, well, that would be pretty silly. I've scattered that brute, or reaver, I have used my PvP trinket, and now I'll feign death right here. Perfect. Flawless. A couple of bugs came onto me here for some reason, and, well, this is just what happens when you don't use a wolf. For some reason, enemies might come onto you even if they see your pet first, just because of how the pet aggro works. It's some kind of weird behavior that Blizzard intentionally recreated for the sake of authenticity in vanilla. I don't really appreciate it, but it is a thing. Shutdown does work to keep things off you while you pet pull, so that is a consideration for Night Elves. And you can also stay down and feign death while your pet pulls stuff, but then you also need to get up and move past, and that means you need an extra 30 seconds, so it could be pretty hecked either way. There's slip kick, so I'm gonna have to, I might have feigned death a little bit too soon there. I don't know if they can see me or not. We'll have to get up and see. Coast is clear, and it seems that I can get up here. And I think we'll be good to go. We are good to go up the invisibility potion ramp. Huzzah! It was through this sort of experimentation that I was able to hone my route, that I was able to improve my efficiency on this farm, improve my ability to survive in here, and my ability to reach and kill the king faster and faster. And that's exactly the sort of thing that we should be focused on in these early days. We have to experiment, we have to be introspective, and we have to practice. We have to subject ourselves to the repetition, but also change things up as needed and according to our benefit. Like moving away from body pulls and more towards pet pulls. And ideally with a wolf, eventually, as soon as they get around to leveling one up. Right now we're going to move past Chrome Crush. We're going to feign death right over here, and oh wow, that mortal cleave. Luckily my druid friend is able to pick me back up, but as you can see, I delayed on my feign death for a little bit too long, and really I should have just feigned as soon as I was around that corner. Would have avoided the death right there, but it's okay, because like I said, my druid friend picked me up and all is well. We are on our way to the king, and as long as we don't die again, then all will continue to be well. We have once again just about finished off the king. We're going to be delivering the killing blow right about now. Ha! Get hecked, Priest Cho. No psychic scream for you today. Now we can talk to Captain Chromecrust, check out our chest. Looks like we got some mana potions, pretty cool. And our guildie has gotten something that she wanted. Thank you very much. I do not charge my guildies, but I will gladly accept tips, so I am truly grateful. Although that point is not yet reached for me, not at this juncture, there comes a time when running someone up to the chest for an item they might want is actually inferior gold per hour than simply spamming DMT by yourself. So at some point, it's not even worth the 30 gold tip that someone might give you for an item. Even still, it can be a nice thing to do for a guildie once in a while. You know, if your guildie's a vault, or if you got someone who's arriving late to the game, sometimes you can bring them in for an item from DMT. An item that they would otherwise have to farm, and it could be a real nightmare to farm this place. If you've ever been in a normal group for DMT, you know that this whole thing can be an absolute... and there goes ZY. That's what I was talking about before with the mobs can aggro back onto you if they've evaded. So that's why your stealth friend really needs to be careful not to be anywhere near them at any point, because if they see you at all, then you are hacked. So it's certainly worth waiting just a little bit. He's gonna come back up to us, and we'll in the meantime get started on the king. No feign resist today. Not with improved feign death. This pull I am once again doing with Rapture, although I am still not sending him all the way to the back where he should be. He's taking damage already, and that actually kills him. And that's why you send him all the way to the back. He'd despawn much faster. We'll have to resurrect him, and feed him a piece of meat. He's good to go again, so we'll use him to pull the king. We'll leave him in his stay spot, and we're charged by the king, but we should be able to drop down right here. I'll pop the turrets, and oh no, the war stomp! The war stomp! No! No! I just got up here, you jerk! How does stun put you in midair anyway? That's not fair. Well, at least my druid friend was able to resurrect me, and now we can give the king another go without needing to get all the way back up here. This is actually useful while I'm practicing this farm, while I'm learning it. Now I'm not going to make the same mistake, I'm not going to stay up there for so long. I definitely popped the turrets way too late. Maybe if I dodged or parried the Mortal Strike, I might have survived there. Maybe if I popped a Lily Root or a Major Healing Potion, you know, something of the sort. It's fine. In the end, I'm still alive again, and I can go ahead and... oh no. Oh no, they're going after Zai now. Rip Zai. Yep. Nope, there wasn't anything I could have done about that one. That sucks. Well, we are still alive, so we can go ahead and kill the king. And this time we're going to kill him up here where we can loot him from down below. Maybe even he'll turn that corner? We're not stopping, he's at very low HP. Come on, one more shot? There we go. I'm still not sure if I can safely stand in Cho's line of sight after the king is dead. You can. He does not attack after all, but I didn't know it at this time. Let's try to bring our friend back to life. Whew! Luck of the Ravager. Sweet. Now that all's well, we can go ahead and check our spoils. More mana potions, very nice to see. And hello there, unyielding mole. Now let's check the book behind Cho. It has literally nothing in it, so nice scripting, Blizzard. Anyway, there is also this here chest, which I can't seem to open even with my C4. So I guess it's about time we hearth out of here. Good progress for now. When I come back, I've got my brand new Rhok'delar, but my weapon skill is very low, so I can't really scatter this guy, and I need to feign death immediately. Yikes. Luckily, there are some evade spots around here, so we can use that to skill up without going anywhere. But we can't skill up on mobs that are currently evading, so we just need to keep hitting the packs that are fully reset, and we can skill up. Now we can start a proper run. I've started a timer on the side there, and this time I will not edit anything out. We're going to see an improved feign death run from the start to the finish. First, we've lost those frost bolts over there, and we're going to make our way across. I've tried for the ICS, but it did not proc. We're hit with both frost bolts. One is resisted, and the other one, it's negligible. Does not mean anything. They have all dropped off, so now we can go ahead and look for the ideal pack to go through. I think we're going through the right side this time. We're going to fire off the concussive on that there brute. Do not think we need a scatter. Right here I can feign death. Hit with the frostbolt, but again, no threat. With those guys off us, we can jump up here and try to get to the center of the courtyard. I still check the sides, even though they never pull, so I suppose it's a useful habit, but really paranoid. Anyway, we're grabbing the key right here. The patrol is moving to our right now. So we could squeeze past it, but I'm just going to run past that there brute, scatter it, and get up on the evade spot because my feign death is almost off cooldown. There we go, he drops off. Now we'll summon our pet and prepare for the next pulls. By the way, I did get a wolf besides also getting Rhok'delar, so we are prepared. We are prepared to go. We'll snipe that there eye. Drop the freezing trap and send Oriox ahead of us. He pulls the Reaver and we'll Furious Hell. We resist the cripple, so we'll keep going. Our PvP trinket is up, so we can use it on this pack. We'll scatter that there brute like we did before, turn aspect of the cheetah off, dispel cripple, and feign death in this here archway. Those guys have dropped off, so we're gonna summon Oriox once again. First aid ourselves because we're around 50%, very healthy number to use a bandage at. Drop a frost trap, target the Reaver behind us, pop off the Furious Hell, and send Oriox at the Reaver behind us. I do not see slip kicks, so he must be nearby the ramp. We need to turn the corner carefully. I see him right there, so I'm going to wait a moment. I'm going to wait a moment for him to turn back around. We have a little bit of time before the bugs catch up, so the ICS even went off, so that's pretty useful. And it seems the eye is up the ramp ahead of us, but again, that's no problem. We'll just feign death right here and stay down. I could walk right past it with an invisibility potion, but I don't really feel like dealing with another walkers either if I die past this point or on the way out of the instance once I successfully kill the king, which hopefully I will do. We have popped our invisibility potion and we're running up the ramp. And since we are not doing the safe route where we keep everything 40 yards away from us before feigning death, we do not need to care about pulling stuff all the way back down to that ramp. We're going to summon Oryx right here. Mend him up. Drop the trap and Furious Hell to get everything off me after body pulling. And now we can go ahead and open this here door. We can pull Oryx back to us. We'll scatter that Reaver in the doorway. Concussive, start dismissing. Another lovely ICS proc right there. And now we feign death once again. It has not actually been long since I did the runs with Zai and got myself Rhok'delar and leveled Oryx up. This is just the result of having committed the route to memory, then given it some time to rest, and then come back to it. It's looking a lot cleaner now, this particular IFD route. Oryx is going to bring him back that way. I'll scatter that Warlock. Might as well. And now we'll move past Chrome Crush once again, face tanking a few hits, but feigning right behind this corner. And by the way, the dog patrol that comes to this location, the waypoint nearby, is out of Los to this spot, so you can actually get up in that little nook right there. Well, I don't know about Tauren hunters, but female Night Elf hunters most certainly can. Oryx is healed up and he's in the right spot this time. We've once again used our bandage to top us all up. I'll leave the frost trap right there, and Oryx can go ahead and pull those captains ahead of us. One Howl to make sure they're all on him. And rather than use a grenade, I'm using Deterrence and Aspect of the Monkey to keep ahead of these guys, to be virtually immune to whatever they can throw at me. And now we can feign death right here. A very clean run up to the king using improved feign death. Could probably do the same or similar with spell hit gear. Now this right here is something that I wanted to do for demonstration purposes. The trick no longer works, so there's no point in explaining it, but it basically isolates the king from Cho, and I did this because I wanted to showcase the general movement pattern for killing the king without any distractions from Cho. This was very useful for learning the pattern a little bit better myself, but I mostly wanted to do it for the sake of demonstration. Nope, not gonna have a repeat of last time. Gonna slip down immediately. Anyway, I only did this once, so let's pay attention here and see what happens. As you can see, it's quite impossible to keep up with the king on foot, so we're not even going to bother attempting such a thing. Instead, we'll use this moment to mend the pet up a little bit, because he did take some damage when he was assisting me with the initial pull. I allowed the king to get close to me before feigning death, but that's alright because I've improved feign death. So he's very likely to drop off. Even if he didn't though, I am also sitting right near a ledge, so I would be able to abuse that paving in order to survive. We've swapped to Aspect of the Hawk, and now we can go into our main kill cycle, our first kill cycle. The aim shot has gone off, and now I'll pop rapid fire. I could have done it before the aim shot, but that's okay. There's the charge out on Oryx, so that's the only extra time we'll get. We've gotten 2 aim shots off, a nice crit right there, and we'll see about the auto multi. Successful. But now he could potentially charge me and knock me out of feign death, so I am waiting for him to get into melee range before feigning. That was risky because of the War Stomp possibility, but we are okay, and we were not charged out of feign death, which might have been even worse. But we've observed that that was an issue, and we do need to make sure that that does not come close to happening next time. This time I'll initiate with an auto shot. Even from that distance away from my pet, he is still prevented from turning the corner and charging him. And we don't want him to do that because we want him to save the charge for a time like this. As you can see, it extends the amount of time we can deal damage to him. It improves our kill cycle overall. Since we feigned while he was turning the corner there, our feign death can be expected to be on cooldown still around the time that he comes down to us. So we'll start with the aim shot this time. We got the aimed and the serpent off, and we'll continue following along like we did before. He's going down pretty fast. Another aim shot, 2 aim shots, very nice. I accidentally clipped my auto shot there, but another charge bait enables us to deal a little bit more damage to him. I can feign death safely here because he already blew charge on my pet. It's on cooldown, so I know it won't be used on me. Was that the case the first time? I'm not sure. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but it was a thought. This could be the final kill cycle. Let's see. We'll start the aim shot once again. Hunter's mark is still up. Aimed and serpent have gone out. Another auto shot crit, and we'll keep moving along with him. My mana's low, but should not be a problem. Another aim shot goes off. I sent Aureox back to the stay spot there, which extended the length that he charged. I popped a Lily Root for a little bit of extra mana. Let's see if we can get a third aim shot off. Yes. The king has already used charge, but I still want to keep a distance away. Since he's very low, we'll just kite him traditionally and finish him off. I've popped a smaller mana potion. Let's Raptor Strike him, auto, and no multi needed. The mana potion was there for safety. So yeah, that's what a kill on the king looks like without Cho Rush. And doesn't it make it easier to digest the patterns that we need to be on top of? I think doing that once really helped me out, get it down pat. And I hope seeing it helps you out too. Again, that trick is not possible anymore, so there's nothing that we can do about that. But, you know, having Cho around does keep things interesting. It keeps things varied, it keeps you on your toes, so perhaps that's a good thing, because even though a grind could be mindless and it's good to keep on your toes. It's good to keep alert, it's good to keep your senses sharp. And you can kind of still autopilot it once you get good enough at it. But anyway, what we have left to do now is to check for chests and books on the way out. No chest behind that little pack. There's one in that corner. And it has a green in it. Huzzah. No book underneath the ramp. There's a Furious Hell that is going out. My wolf will bring it behind, will bring the pack of bugs, that is, behind that there frost trap. We can check for a book in that corner. Do not see one. Sometimes there's just no book. We'll buy out all the volatile rum, grab our buff, and begin our next run. Because that's the other thing that we have to do. We have to keep running, we have to keep practicing, we have to keep killing the king, collecting our loot, maybe get our epic mount at some point. And in the end, we will refine this. Hello there, Eye. What's up? Little Raptor Strike takes care of you, and we can feign death right here. The attack power against demons on Rhok'delar does work against those eyes, so that's pretty convenient. It's quite an effective and easily accessible weapon. And by easily accessible, I mean you can pick it up in Molten Core. So it's nice for that sort of situation when you need to Raptor Strike an eye. Not to mention also being good in a situation like this because of the stamina on it. Pretty useful. Oh, hello there, dogs. This pack is always in the most inconvenient places. Anyway, as you can see, we can actually get up in this here corner. I've not been attacked by the dogs in this location to this date. And I've gotten up here a few times. I've set Aureox to stay right there, but I think I'll send him back there at that previous pack. He's got the dogs too, so we are home free to go right on past everything there and feign death closer to the king. Feign death. It's another Priest Cho, but we're killing the king just fine, especially by keeping Priest Cho vipered and also by baiting charges on the king, which I've started doing a lot more now. We can get a second aim shot off on the king, and he should go down around this area where he's in the area where we can loot him from down below, the best place to kill him at. Another chest, more rewards, more experience, not game experience, but you know, experience in general with the farm. But even with some experience, there are still some things to learn. For instance, this particular run ends a little bit abruptly, or at least this kill does. I end up being okay, but the king kind of memes on me at the end here. We're going to keep following along with him. I make a bit of a mistake here. Oryx has run way too far ahead. He's already baited the charge, so there's no use to this. I feign death. Cho goes back to my pet, one-shots it with a fireball, and the two reset. So that was a bit of a meme. I now need to attempt the kill again. Remember that. But hey, when I'm not being memed upon by various things around here, we are making genuine progress with refining the route, with improving our travel time up to the king and also improving the kill time. We are speeding past these first packs in here, sniping that eye, and oops, I accidentally fired out an auto shot there. So this Reaver is going to be on me, but the Warlock and Doomguard will go on my pet. I should feign death here because I did pop the PvP trinket on that last pack, but I do not see a Doomguard up there, so I'm going to chance it. I'm going to scatter that there Reaver, hop on past that Warlock, and we can feign death in this here archway. The bugs are once again brought onto my wolf using the Furious Hell body pull thing. The technique, that's what I meant to say. Slipkick is moving up there, that's a very nice spot, so we'll scatter Concussive and head on over to that ramp. Clean. Move up here using the invisibility potion. I see the eye, it's coming down the ramp, but we do have the normal invisibility potion, not the lesser one. And as it turns out, we can actually navigate around the eye using that particular potion. Once again, we drop the trap, body pull, Furious Hell to get it all off us. And this is like clockwork. We are becoming like clockwork here. We are becoming mechanical. And in doing so, we are becoming efficient. We are keeping up with the routine, but we are also making slight adjustments every now and then to subtly improve the speed, improve the precision of the farm. This is how we're becoming faster and faster every run. Ideally. At some point there's a point where you kind of have an average speed and you just kind of sit around there. But we have not hit that yet. We have yet to improve to our ideal capacity. We'll keep using deterrence to head past these dogs. I am dazed, and there are a whole bunch on me. I tried to get far enough away to spare Oryx, but that did not work. Since he's dead, I should just feign death. Everything drops off. Once again, we remain unimpeded, because as long as I'm alive, I can keep bringing him back. And thanks to that, the king is once again just about dead. Oh my, that lightning bolt got me pretty low, but Cho does not have the mana for any more, and I'll make sure of that by keeping him vibrant. And we can go ahead and finish off the king. He should go down on the next shot. There we go. This chest, it seems, has only major healing potions. They're not as valuable as the manas, but you know what? The major healing potions are still useful because we can keep popping them whenever something goes wrong on the run up. Or, you know, send them to guildies for PvP. We have a few rankers in my guild, so they find it quite useful. Or they find them quite useful. Major healing potions, that is. You know, when they're not popping faps or lips or laps. Another PvP consumables like that. Hello there, little eye. We'll hit it with the Auto Arcane. Scatter that there Brute. Or Reaver, rather. I accidentally hit the Warlock, though, so now they're on me. I'm still alive. I'm okay. I feel happy. One Shadow Bolt hit me, but I am okay. I am okay, but low. Okay, but barely alive. The more we practice these pulls, the easier it'll get, the cleaner it'll get. We've used Furious Hell to yank all these bugs off us, and now we'll go ahead and see what we can do to get around the corner. I do not see Slipkick once again, so he must be on the other side of the ramp. It seems that he's coming towards us, but I will not feign death right now. I know that he'll charge me right out of it. So I'm going to pop deterrence, get over to the ramp, try to face towards them, switch to Cheetah before using feign, and we'll make it up the ramp, no problem. We're at the blast door once again, again doing the lay the trap, Furious Hell, body pull, strategy. Now we'll pull Oryx back to us. Again, like clockwork, we have just about mastered these pulls. There are still other routes to consider. There are still other techniques to learn, but this particular route, this IFD route that I'm comfortable with, is proving workable. I'm making the golds, and I'm going to be able to afford some of the things that I want in the short term, which will be good. I can always refine the run further once I have the practical, the pragmatic concerns out of the way. Dogs are in the way, and I do not have deterrents, but I do have Aspect of the Monkey, and I do have Scatter Shot. So I'll try to get the wing quips out. Try to keep them away from me as best I can. Oryx is despawned, so I'll feign death right now because I have no choice. Phew. Alright, we're at the king again, and this time we're gonna see some shenanigans during the first few kill cycles. Then we'll see how we handle them. I've used Furious Hell, so the king is on my wolf. Now we can get on up to the spot where we stand to kill things. We'll fire off the auto shot because he's way too close to the pet. We've gotten the aimed serpent off. Used multi-sync to bring Cho off our pet. Can't get the aim shot off, so I'll fire that arcane shot. But there's no further time to waste. The dogs are behind me right now. I can see them on tracker, so I'm going to mark one up, and now I need to beta cast on Cho. I try to use my pet, but he just keeps meleeing, so I'll hit him with a shot, and we'll bait him on me instead. We'll stall him on me. Just as soon as he's in that spot, because I can los him right here and hit the king, get them both synced up. My feign death will be on cooldown around the time that they're headed down to me, and if I stay right here, they will pull the dogs, so I'm going to move all the way over to the left. I gotta cling to the left, so they do not proxy pull the dogs during my kill. There we go. Now they're gonna head back up. The dogs can patrol right past me, and all should be well, assuming I don't do anything really stupid. We are back in time to start an aim shot on the king, which is nice. Got the serpent sting off too. Hit Cho Rush with the distracting shot. We're going to try to beta charge this time. Might as well. He's not going to take it. He does not look to be taking it, so I'm just going to retreat over here and wait for feign death. After popping up a couple more shots. You'll notice that I moved behind Los there before using feign death, because I expected that he might have charged me otherwise. Anyway, that was pretty clean with the dogs roaming around. That did not look like the aim shot was going to go off, but I chanced it anyway, and it went off. That was convenient. We can use a little bit of time to mend the pet up before feigning death. Here I'm going to los Cho barely, while the king is in just the right spot to aim shot. Good timing, so we did not stall Cho, but we also got the aim shot off on the king. We're going to keep following him. We're going to try to finish him in this kill cycle. I think Cho is probably about ready to... Yeah, there he is. He's casting on me, but I'm out of his line of sight. I'm going to feign death right here. Now, oh no, Cho's on my pet again. Nope, I'm not going to get memed on again. Stay away from my pet, king. Get hecked. No memes today. And another successful run. Hello there, Hordes. How's it? Oh, hey. Hey, I got runs to do, man. Don't do this to me. Man, this fear is lasting forever. This warlock has got me remembering that one time in my guild's alt raid when one of our alt hunters passed an Ashre'thul thinking his dwarven hand cannon was better, until he got a ton of whispers telling him to roll, and then he won the roll, but the pug who was quicker on the trigger had already equipped it. The horror, man, the horror! Okay, back to a proper run. We're jumping up here again. We're gonna los those two frost bolts. Cannot wait for the frost reflector. That thing is so convenient for this area. 2 frost bolts, but no threat of death here. Just a lot of slowness. Gonna concussive shot at their brute. We are through the door again into the first hallway, pulling the stuff back with the wolf, getting faster and faster every single time. Well, there's the eye. Let's snipe it. Heading down past the second pack because I've got my PvP trinket up. Scatter the Reaver. And where's the cripple? I'm waiting for it. I resisted it? Okay, feign death. I'll accept that. Thank you very much. We're gonna run past those bugs again, and once again, I do not see Slipkick around. Maybe he's just around the corner, so once again, we're going to carefully turn the corner here. Oh, there he is, so we're gonna wait right here. Gonna dance right here. Wait for him to head to his northwest patrol point before slipping by Slipkick, with the scatter concussive on the Reavers and the feign death just under the ramp. Hello there, Eye of Kilrog. Now that it's passed, we can move on up. And once again do the pull by the blast door. The body pull, Furious Howl, Freezing Trap thing. Very, very clean IFD based route. Another scatter, another concussive, a dismiss. And now we feign death. At some point during this run, the server shutdown indication has started up, but I'm confident that we can get to and kill the king in a timely fashion at the pace that we're currently going. We've dodged Crom Crush quite a bit, so only taken minimal damage there. The dogs right here are in the way again, but we can deterrence right on past them. I think those white parries, white dodges are dodging abilities like their Rend or maybe even Tendon Rip. I did have the PvP trinket up, so that's fine. We fired out the aim shot and the Serpent Sting. We're going to fire the distracting shot on Cherush because he's behind us, and we want to keep up with the king. Seems Oriox was rooted by that totem. Inconvenient, but what can you do? No charge bait today, so I'll feign death. We went auto into aimed when the king got back up here. Serpent, auto, multi, auto? Ooh, that chain lightning sure does hurt. Guess I'll spend a little bit of time using a heavy rune cloth bandage. Feign death. Ah, but you know what else I forgot? I forgot to equip my killing gear, my gear for killing the king. That's another thing you kind of got to get used to over time. Your the gear that you want to put on when you're wanting to kill the king, and the stuff that you want to keep on when you're on the way up. I mean, sometimes it can be useful to keep the PvP trinket on during the kill, because, you know, if the king war stomps you, then you would be dead without a PvP trinket. But it's ideal to keep on the damage stuff once you're, you know, not a newbie at this farm, at killing the king. I think that's a neat little detail about this place that's pretty easily missed, but the King Gordok is not a named NPC. You know, the guards all have names, Cherush has a name, but the King Gordok, he could be any old ogre around here who rose to the top after you left. So every time you come back, you could be killing a different King Gordok. He's just the King Gordok whenever you're not around, whenever you are not the king. Anyway, if you noticed in the chat there, we picked up a Treant's Bane during one of the runs recently, and we're gonna go see that run next. But for now, we have completed this run against the clock. The server shutdown has not beaten us. We have claimed our goodies, and we will vendor our stuff, and we will get onto the Treant's Bane run before wrapping this up for today. Alright, final run, Treant's Bane run, let's go! We'll scatter the first brute, hop up to this evade spot, and loose the frostbolt that's behind me, right on time I can see. Try for the ICS, but it does not proc. And we cannot loose the frostbolt in time, but hey, we were not dazed by it. Now we're gonna scatter concussive past these two brutes, feign death just around the corner, and start headed up. The not safe way to do this, but with improved feign death, it's unlikely to heck with you. Very unlikely. The key is grabbed, and we are on our way to the first door. This sort of route I got very comfortable with before getting comfortable with the safe route, which I do recommend doing over this route, because obviously improved feign death is not perfect, whereas exploiting its maximum resist distance is perfect. We're once again headed through the first hallway. Gonna toggle Cheetah off. We're gonna get hit with a Shadow Bolt. And, oh, there goes the Immolate. Ah, I hate that. I hate that from those Warlocks. But we're alive, and that's good. I've got my PvP trinket up, and I'm looking for the eye. I'm just gonna run past these two, and we'll see what happens. Cheetah off, avoid the daze, sniped that there eye, feign death. We're dazed, but it's cool. Once again, we'll pull the bugs back from here, proceed onwards, and once again, I do not see Slipkick anywhere around here, so we're gonna, there he is. He's headed to the northwest corner, so that's great timing. We're gonna pop right around the corner, scatter concussive just like before. Target that eye, feign death right below the ramp. The repetition is very good for committing all of this to memory, for learning this very thoroughly. But you'll notice in each run there's something a little bit different that happens, and those little differences are the things that are those are the things that we need to gain experiences with. Those are the things that we need to pay the most attention to, because those little differences, those little uncertainties could mean the difference between life and death. Knowing those potential occurrences, the differences between the runs that you might do. Like that little difference right there. This time we were unable to drop the freezing trap during the body pull. It happened a little bit too quickly, so I'm just going to send Oreox back there, the pack behind us. We'll try to despawn him, but even going this far away, nope, not working, so I'm just going to feign death right here. One more time, we're going to head past this pack in the hallway. Gonna Furious Howl and send the pet... Oh, no, the War Stop has gone out, so we're stunned. And now they're all on me. There's no way that I can get past Chrome Crush with all these guys on me. So I'm just going to move around the corner and feign death. Yay for IFT. But ain't it just like I said? It may seem repetitive, but it's the furthest thing from it. Every single run will confront you with some new, bizarre happening, and you'll need to adapt. You will need to keep adapting until you learn everything that there is to know, and then you actually run into something else that you have never run into before, and it turns out that you haven't learned everything, but you've learned it now, and then tomorrow comes and you haven't learned everything after all, yet again. Anyway, we are on the king again. It's Mage Cho this time. We've gotten an aim shot crit off thanks to the charge bait, and we're going to pursue him for the auto multi. And now I can send Oreox back, but I'm going to wait for him to pass Cho first, because if I feign death too soon, he may Frost Nova while Oreox is close, and that would leave him in quite a bad spot. The king has charged Oreox, so that's about all the time we're going to get in this kill cycle. We can get one more aim shot off. We can keep following him. Cho's right there, so I'm just going to Los him. Gonna keep Oreox back, feign death. And once again, I've forgotten to swap to my proper kill the king gear. That's fine, we can swap during feign death. Another lovely aim shot crit, refresh Hunter's Mark. We've gotten Cho on us, but we'll Los his fireball before coming back out. The king already charged Oreox, so no further stalling him, but I was able to get one final auto shot off. Seems the ICS did go out on Cho, but not quickly enough to block that fireball. We're gonna use this moment to mend Oreox up a little bit. I'll Los the next fireball, feign death. Cho is by our pet this time, and we've got to keep him off our pet. We got to make sure that the king is to the left of Cho. Cho is stopping in a really bad spot there, but we got the aim shot and the serpent sting off. That's pretty good. And we're going to keep losing Cho while we follow along with the king. We can get another aim shot off thanks to the charge bait. And I make sure that I'm out of Los of that next fireball. I think I'm still out of... Yep. Now I can first aid. For a few ticks anyway, until the king catches up. Feign death once again. The king should go down in another 2 or 3 kill cycles, assuming we keep it nice and clean. Another aimed serpent auto. Auto multi. Auto, there's the charge bait, so let's start another aimed shot. Aimed, auto. Gotta keep following him. Auto, we can get the multi off. I'm gonna eat this fireball and then get behind a pillar. I'm gonna wait for the king to catch up a little bit before I feign death, right about now. And drink. The king should be going down within the next kill cycle or two, so we're gonna keep pursuing him. I tried to multi-sync right there on Cho, but he didn't quite get hit with it. It's a little bit unreliable in this fight. Oreox is quite low as a result, so I'm gonna mend him up a little bit. He is alive now, but the king is out of our reach, so we'll send Oreox back to the spot he's gotta stay, feign death, get Cho back onto us, And there he goes, running for my pet even though he has aggro on me, so I guess I'll just start the aim shot on the king, and we'll finish him off. He's coming back towards us. Cho is also on us, but we'll try to keep out of his line of sight. We were hit by that one, but we should be good, even eating another one. There's the charge bait, should delay him long enough for me to get the aim shot off, or it would if I were not fireballed right there. The auto-multi-auto combo allows us to finish off the king while also keeping behind cover. And voila! We are done with this run, and we are just about done for today. Let's check the chest and have a look at that sweet, sweet Treant's Bane. Here I go, not even scrolling to the bottom page, but I click, yeah, let's loot this item, and look in the chat log right there. Yo! A Treant's Bane dropped! How exciting! So, hey. I hope this little addendum episode to the DMT tutorial helps you see a bit more that you might encounter during your runs. Prepare for it better, you know? I hope you enjoyed it too. Check the description for a skip list. You can review any part of this episode at any time. And I'm gonna say thanks for watching right now, but before we go for tonight, I do want to make a quick announcement if you'll stay and listen a moment longer. Otherwise, have a good night. First, I'd like to express more thanks for everything that has transpired since Official Classic came out. Going back to video production has been a lot of fun. Even though I did manage the Darkshore project while GMing on Light Soap, I didn't really manage much else since, you know, it was kind of an involved position. The growth since then has been remarkable. Over 1,000 new subscribers, a ton of fun on the Discord server, so many kind comments, not just about the vids, but also about Light Soap. I'm very glad to have contributed to your pre-classic classic experience if you played there. I enjoyed playing too, which is why I joined the team in the first place, to help others enjoy the same experience. Anyway, that's besides the point. I'm back to Hunter videos and occasionally some other stuff. Each and every one of you who has joined me in my latest endeavors has filled me with joy. It fires me up, it keeps me passionate. Vanilla WoW isn't really so much about the game for me as it is about the social aspect, the community, and knowing that I've been able to inspire other hunters, other players, knowing that my content has proven entertaining or informative or both, for a lot of people truly is inspiring. That's why I say thanks for watching and thanks for being here. It's my hope that everyone excels someday, even if you graduate from whatever it is I can tell ya. That is my sincere hope. And I also hope you'll come back and hang out even if you've become so strong. I spent a lot of time preparing for a faster pace before Official Classic. As you've surely noticed, that pace has slowed. That situation I described some time ago does not go away. It has remained difficult to move and think straight, and maybe it doesn't show very well in edited vids or even streams, but I am distracted. In order to quell this weakness, I must dedicate significantly more time towards meditation and exercise. Only through diligence in this matter can I lessen the pain I'm in and slow the degeneration of my mental acuity. Although the pain may be inevitable, I firmly believe that suffering is a choice. I must make the choice to do what's right for the sake of those who depend on me, and for myself. To be clear, I'm not saying I'll stop producing content. Life is dull without passions, and this is one of mine. I also must apologize for the grave turn of this monologue. I simply wish to be transparent. This must be nothing more than a hobby, which means I cannot accept any more donations. Thus, I am shutting down my Patreon. There are many who have supported me, but none are so prominent as those on Patreon. The generosity of each individual who has ever supported me there is the most palpable backing I have ever received, at least on the internet. Each of them has been outspoken towards me about their support, why they give it, and how they feel about me. Although I view it as reciprocal, as I wish to earn that support, they seem to view it as a kindness and are quite eager to give if they can. They have expressed this sentiment. I am thankful beyond words, and I do not wish to take advantage of that kindness, especially not in such times. I'm not producing content quickly enough to warrant the existence of the Patreon, and no monetary assistance will resolve the issues slowing me currently. Mostly. So there is little point in continuing to accept that generosity. My passion has been kindled by support like this, support already shown, so shutting it down now won't suffocate me with apathy. I'll keep going as best I can, and hopefully I won't disappoint. If you wish to show your support, I'd humbly ask you to cheer me on. Toss me a comment, say hi in the Discord, and let me know how you feel and what you want me to do next. I listen, I promise. For the record, I've been using an exclusive Discord channel or various methods of personal communication to link early access stuff. I haven't been posting on Patreon itself too much because it seemed to send notifications at strange and inconvenient times for some folks. So, since I am eternally grateful, anyone in that channel will continue to have access. Hopefully I make up for the drought this last month in time. All that said, that's all for now. Some folks have been requesting more PvP, so I'll see about doing some Warsong Gulch or Arathi Basin spam soon. Some folks have been requesting Blackwing Lair, so I'll look to get a good run of that too. It's a bit tricky to talk about the 3 Drakes trash when I'm asked to kite the Draconet every week, but maybe one of these days I'll get some good footage. First comes episode 55, reviewing some speedrunny runs in DMT, much like this episode, but different. Flushing out the gold farm takes priority. Again, I hope y'all enjoyed tonight's episode. If you stayed to listen, then thanks for listening. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!